Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Danny's Dishes. Basically today I'm going to be giving you a nice little quick breakfast treat, and it's a really good treat because you can use it for breakfast, for lunch, Monday to Sunday, quick, easy, and it's a treat for yourselves. So today we are making Eggs Benedict. So very simple ingredients: lemon, eggs. You can use English muffin or any kind of bread that you like, but today we're going to be using ciabatta. So it's nice, quick and simple. Okay, so folks, the first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to about 180 degrees. So we got 2 rashers here on a tray and some cherry tomatoes on the vine. The roast well on the vine. So you're just going to season your cherry tomatoes a little bit with some salt and some pepper. And you're just going to have it a little bit oil. So we're going to stick these into the oven for about 10 minutes, and you're going to have lovely roast tomatoes and lovely crispy bacon. Then while your bacon and your cherry tomatoes are inside, get nice and crisp inside in the oven, what we're going to do is we've got some butter chopped up here. I'm going to separate 2 eggs, so we just need egg yolks for hollandaise sauce. So we're going to use 2 egg yolks. So crack your egg, whites into one bowl, separate. Make sure you separate as much white as you can. Try not to burst the yolk if you can as well. If the yolk goes in with the egg white, don't worry, you can always use your shell to scoop it back out. Just getting as much of that egg white off as possibly can. And into the bowl. So folks, as you can see, we have 2 pots on a rolling boil. One will be for poaching of our eggs, and the other is going to be for our hollandaise sauce. So the first thing we're going to concentrate is our hollandaise sauce. So we're going to get the hollandaise sauce made. So all we're going to do, we're going to put a lid in this pot. There's the lemon juice in there. And we're going to add the egg yolks. We're going to whisk that in nice and slow together. And once heat starts coming and the egg starts to gently cook, we're going to add the butter in nice and slow. The key to this is make sure to knock off as much heat as you can going into the pan. If there's too much heat going into the pan, you'll end up with your egg scrambling far too early. So you just want to make sure egg yolks and your vinegar together. Now we're not going to season this straight away, we're going to season this after it's thickened. So once you see a few bubbles come up, okay, so folks, the first sign of any kind of bubbles appearing in your egg, just add 2 knobs butter to it. Now you can melt the butter beforehand, but it just helps to melt the butter in to the sauce. And you just want to make this sauce thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. And like I said, you don't season it now because it will just draw moisture from the eggs. What you do is you season it at the end when your sauce is thickened. So classical seasonings would be salt, pepper, paprika. Now there's also more exciting ingredients that you can add to it. You'll be taking it on and off the heat just to make sure that your butter gets added to it. Put it back on the heat. Now butter in there. Like I said, it's a treat, so put as much butter as you want in, just to make sure to put it on the heat, put it off the heat, on the heat, off the heat. Too much heat and your egg is going to scramble, and you won't have your hollandaise. You'll have basically Just really nice buttery scrambled egg. So heat on, heat off. As you can see, it'll start coming to get thicker as you go. The more butter you add, the thicker it gets. You also have to give your eggs enough time over the heat so that it'll cook. So you just literally want your eggs to get warm. That's the idea of doing it in a pan over water. Your eggs will never get so hot that they'll cook straight away. You just want enough heat there that they'll cook nice and gently. Like I said, you can put as much butter in it as you want. This is your treat. But I pretty much came through. And then there now. And there's other alternatives. This is just a basic hollandaise. The heat completely turned off there now. And the best way to check it out is always a spoon. Get a spoon, put it into the sauce, and it should be able to hold on the back of a spoon. Give it a quick taste, and we'll go over and we'll season it. So that is hollandaise sauce done. Like before, all you have to do now is the poached eggs. So a trick for the poached eggs, like always, you don't have to use vinegar in the poached egg water, remember. Just make sure there's a vortex in your water and drop your egg in. Once your water is on a rolling boil, that egg will coat itself. There's no need to put vinegar in to get the egg to coat. So we'll pop over, we'll get our bread on now, and that's it. You can see after about 8 minutes your bacon is starting to get crispy and your cherry tomatoes are coming nice on the vine. What you're going to do is butter your bread all on one tray and back into the oven. As you can see, look, you just want a nice thick sauce. As you can see, there's no lumps, so that means your egg is cooked but it hasn't scrambled. So that's the kind of texture you want from it. Now we're just going to season it with a bit of salt, a little bit of black cracked pepper, and some paprika. So folks, a little bit of black cracked pepper, a little bit of salt, not too much salt and not too much pepper, and a small bit of paprika. Now the more egg yolks you use, the better colour you get in your hollandaise. But like I said, this is just a basic hollandaise. There's nothing fancy. The key to your hollandaise is making sure that you have the water hot underneath, but turn off all the heat so that you'll trap the heat underneath your bowl and you'll be able to cook your eggs nice and gently with your lemon juice and be able to add your butter nice and slow. You can be moving it on and off the heat just in case you're not fast enough, but this is, let's see, can we get a spoon there? So as you can see, that's the kind of consistency you're looking for. It's kind of falling under its own weight. And that is hollandaise. So bacon nearly ready, cherry tomatoes nearly ready, poached eggs. I have them on for about 1.5 minutes. You can put them on for 2 minutes, and it's just time for plating. Okay, so folks, as you can see now, our bread is nice and crispy. So we put in one piece like that and one piece like that, just kind of have them crisscrossing on the plate. Nice crispy bacon on one slice and on the other slice. Or poached eggs. So for poached eggs, we use a perforated spoon. So you drain off all that water from the egg. Be able to plant it down now onto the toast. Plant it down on the rasher as well. A little bit of salt and pepper on the egg, because eggs always take seasoning. Cherry tomatoes we'll be leaving on the side, just like this. And last but not least, the star of any Benedict, the hollandaise. So you just want to naper it over the eggs. So naper basically means you're covering your eggs. You can drizzle it around the sides as well. And that is your Eggs Benedict. So I hope it was very straightforward for you to follow, guys. It's quite easy, quite quick, and all I can really say to you is bon appetit. Send me any feedback that you have, and sure, let me know how you get on. I hope you enjoy. Thanks, guys. Bon appetit.